Good day everyone, Matt Elder here at Family Bricks, and today just out in Legoland Windsor, UK. Just thought we'd come out here and see what it's like now, have another time out. We were here a couple of weeks ago and did a video on what it was like in the post-COVID with all the changes and things like that. It's been a couple of weeks now and I think there's been a few more changes and a bit more easing and relaxing and opening of things. So we'll go through, see what's changed, what's different, what's the same, maybe some other bits and pieces of what's going on, and see, is it still good value? Is it worthwhile coming out?
This video is brought to you by McCatsum Holiday Homes in Margate and Broadstairs. Great for a week's holiday or a weekend escape, being just over an hour east of London, UK. Treat yourself to amazing sunsets, a Lego wall, or great food. Visit www.mccatsum.com and mention this YouTube video and we'll look after you.
Feels like it's a lot more busy than when we came here a couple of weeks ago, so maybe everybody's getting back into it. Lots more people everywhere. Some bag checks, security screens, social distancing feels like it's completely collapsed.
We're in Legoland!
Even more people everywhere. In early first to laser raiders, and if you're over 11 you need a mask, and heavy on the hand sanitizer. The PlayStation games themselves are closed, which kind of makes sense. At least the other drop ride is open though.
Daddy, do not make me watch this video. I will get motion sick.
And the haunted house has a reduced capacity. At least they put some new shades up though.
In the haunted house you have your socially distanced spots to be able to dance on.
So the haunted house, you don't have the front two rows and the spaces between groups. And it's nice and air conditioned.
It's been Dragonrock! And we had a big dance party! Yeah, we had a dance party!
Yeah, it's just after 11 AM and some of the ride times are getting crazy. So like 90 minutes there, hour for the Coast Guard, 45 minutes, 90 minutes for the deep sea adventure. The place has been really busy and not too bad. Laser Raid is half an hour. Some of the smaller kiddie ones are only about 5 minutes. At least the shows are running. Going back hour for there, 45 for that one. Shows are back on. Going through and giving it a clean after giving a good spray down. Do that about every third or fourth train ride. So with the train you have every second aisle is not used, obviously for the social distancing aspect. So while we all got separate seats and things, the line is then all bunched together. Clever coronavirus stuff. And huge queues to get in for those refill drinks, both here and over at the Lego City area, and just lots of people in general all the way. Now the Duplo Water Park, you have to book in advance, but what they don't tell you, you have to do it a day or two before you actually arrive. And they only open up spots then, and it fills out really quick. And what can you see down there in Miniland? Yeah, this, the NASA space station, well, the NASA rockets. So Skyrider has been working, and there wasn't much of a queue, which is good. It's really hot in the middle of the day now. Okay, so what can you see?
Well, I can see like almost the whole of Miniland. It's a bit like a map spread out below us. Don't be afraid to go on this ride. By the way, it's not a roller coaster at all. it goes quite slowly. You can enjoy the view. At first it goes a bit quickly, like the start of the road, and the coaster speed, but then it kind of slows down. It's really fun to go on.
Okay, with the reduced capacity, you couldn't even get into the show. The queue wasn't even very big.
We came back towards the end of the day and were able to get in then.
In the 4D cinema, and they're doing every other row, facing people out. We just did the 4-dimension cinema with the Ninjago show, but it didn't have a lot of the effects for the 4th dimension, so it did feel a little flat compared with normal. It was okay, but it does really make a difference and you lose a fair bit out of it. Lego Reef and minifigures and more. The Ultimate Brick store is still closed.
This is typical of a spray which gets done on most of the rides, and I'm guessing it takes place every half hour or so it's not after each ride.
Down here in Miniland, and have a quick look around and see what little details we can see and if anything has really changed. Let's go and have a look. So we have the NHS Thank You Rainbow right next to the marching soldiers, right in London area within Miniland. Here we have a nice little detail of Major Tom being knighted by the Queen, who did the money raise for charity with the Zimmer frame in his back garden right outside the Windsor Castle. And here we have the Tower of London and Tower Bridge, which we were at yesterday, so interesting now to see it in Lego form, and made some videos about that which you can probably click around to find out. Full walk to tours in about 10 minutes. And here is Leeds Castle in Miniland form. Also great to see, and we've done a full walkthrough of the grounds. Check out the video around. So down here in Miniland, and there used to be like a Ninjago stage there, so that looks like it's now completely gone, and they've actually put down some AstroTurf and put some picnic tables there, so I would tend to suggest that it's not going to be coming back.
Daddy's a monster who wants to capture us. He's an alien. Daddy, can you be an alien?
Roar! So it's 5:10 in the afternoon, and numbers are starting to thin out quite significantly, but that could be because it's still 34 degrees and it's really hot and everybody's just tired and over it and just want to get home. It's been a really warm day. Seems that most of the Lego stores are now reopened, so the Duplo one's open and the big and little stores up the top. One's over in Heart Lake City. Pretty much all the ones that we've seen have been open. Some more good places to go and spend money. Yeah, it seems the Duplo Valley Theatre is also now open and doing shows of Little Red Riding Hood, whereas last time we were here it was completely closed until further notice. So that's good to see that. So these refueling stations are a great idea in principle, but all over the park they've been breaking down all day, so you get times when there's only one in operation and massive queues to get a drink, so it does make you wonder what the value is of it. Boats operating as pretty much normal, so it's always a nice thing to be out on the water when it's a stinking hot day. Well, it's great that there's hand sanitizer all over the park. I found that there's some places where it's run out and it doesn't look like it gets restocked throughout the course of the day, so it's probably something which needs a bit of attention. What was the best thing you liked today?
The haunted house.
And what was good about that?
Because we went up and down.
What did you like best?
Seeing Dracula.
The character, yeah? Any reason why?
I like the rides and the Ninjago ride, because the parks are about to close, and it was kind of funny because I was like, oh no, we're going to be stuck on the ride, but then we weren't.
We got the second highest score of the day on the Ninjago ride of 369,000 points, which was only 3,000 off the top score. Maybe we've been here a few too many times.
The queue at the end of the day for the Lego shop to get out. Allow some time. And they still don't have the exiting from the car park sorted out yet.
They funnel everyone into one single lane to go through an open barrier. Just open one or two of the other barriers. It's not rocket science. It means it would take 1/10 of the time to get out of this car park. Why are they so determined to make people so miserable and frustrated to get out of a car park for something which is so easy to fix?
So been here today, and what's our final thoughts on what Legoland, whether it's worthwhile coming and all that sort of stuff. Certainly since the last time that we were here, much more of the park is reopened. Pretty much most things now reopened of some description. The big challenge with though is it felt like the numbers are way up. Like it's only a perception thing, but it feels like the numbers are probably about 80-90% what they would normally be on peak season. So if they're restricting the numbers, I'm just not seeing it in a great deal. So you got full numbers, full price. A lot of the rides are closed in terms of every other row you've got something, so rides are running at effectively half capacity. Queue times after the first hour of the day get ridiculously long. So if you're going to come, make sure you're here at 10 o'clock when the gates open and come straight in, pick off the big rides. But even then that's challenging, because we wanted to do the Ninjago ride, but we came down and it was just closed. It wasn't open yet. Saw the Viking Splash on the way down, ridiculous queues, wasn't even open yet. And with queue times on some of the rides blowing out to 90 minutes, over an hour and things like that with half capacity and all the rest of it, it really makes you wonder, like, in terms of then you really do need the ride and reserve or the queue bot. See a video around here for what it works and how it was last time, which is going to become ridiculously expensive as well. Compared with last time, the social distancing aspect now just seems to be really, really token. A lot of people just don't pay any attention to it whatsoever. And then there's just stupidity and nonsense with it. Like when you're waiting for the train, you're there. We were there in a queue for 45 minutes, and the way they snake back onto themselves, you're basically standing next to each other anyhow. But then when you actually go to get on the train, which only lasts for about 10 minutes, they then have every other aisle not vacant, so you can't get into it. So it just seems like there's inconsistencies like that all over the place. So you will pretty much get the Legoland experience as you would normally. You're just going to be paying for it. You're still going to have ridiculous queue times. And on a day like today when it's really, really hot, kids get irritable really easily, just waiting in lines in the sun and all that. So I think now you've got to treat it as if it's a peak summer sort of day. You're going to be paying full prices for it, but then you've got COVID restrictions in on top of that. So it may make you wonder really if it is value there. If you love Legoland, you can understand that and you're happy to deal with that or put up with that, or the long queues and things like that, then by all means come along. There's just little things that they don't tell you and you find out the hard way, like the getting into the Duplo Valley for the swimming and things like that. You got to book a day or two in advance, and unlike other theme parks, when you booked in advance a couple of days before you stay, they usually send out an email going, hey, here's all the different things you can do, and make sure you do this and pre-book that and all that sort of stuff. They're not doing that here, which is really frustrating, because on a day today when it's like 34, 35 degrees and you've got no chance of getting into that swimming area when you just want to cool down and things, not happy about that. But a lot of the shows now have opened up, so at least they're in the background and you can do and see some of those things. So yeah, I'd just be considering it Legoland as normal. Maybe numbers are just slightly off the peak times and things, but everything else, it's still going to be long queues and expensive, and get here early, try to do a few things then, and then the rest of the day just take it easy, wander around what you normally like to do and see. And if you really want to jump queues and everything like that, then yeah, you're probably going to have to deal with the ride and reserve, or what they used to call queue-bot. So that's it from us here at Family Bricks in Legoland Windsor today. Had a good day overall. Kids have really enjoyed themselves. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you've gotten value out of this, or you've gotten some entertainment or learned something, and if it's helped you make a decision to come or not to come, we'd love to know about it. Or any comments you have, put them down in the comments below. Alternatively, for some other days out in London, really recommend some of the castles, because they are completely deserted at the moment, so you can get in and see all sorts of things really, really easily. There'll be links around the videos for that. We've done Hampton Court, totally recommend. Leeds Castle, recommend. Hever Castle, probably a little bit down the list, and definitely Tower of London, right in the city of London as well. That's it from us here at Family Bricks. Until next time, when we talk about all things Lego and lifestyle.